reading things off my phone, and when I open up my phone it gives me this great like ghost story lighting. Can you try not to bang around as much? What? Can you try not to bang around so much? Thank you. Hi, welcome back to Bookish and Belle. If this is your first time watching one of my videos, I'm Celeste and I like to talk about minimalist style, lazy girl beauty, and other ways to make your life more effortless and awesome. If you enjoy this video, I would appreciate so much if you would give me a thumbs up down there. You would be doing me a solid, and you would also help other people that might be interested in my content find this video. So thumbs up for the thumbs up. I appreciate it a lot. And if you like what you see, make sure to hit that subscribe button. So my food favorite for August is making soup on Sunday. All through the summer, I've mostly been just having a simple spring mix salad that I take to work with me. But I was starting to get a little bit tired of it, and I'm also starting to get a little bit excited about fall coming, even though it's still pretty far away. And so I decided to mix up my routine and start bringing soup to work with me. So what I do is I make a batch of it on Sunday evening, and then that tends to be about the right amount to have a serving for lunch every single day that week. And I've tried a few different kinds, and it's been just a really nice, fun change of pace. My fashion favorite is this wonderful Everlane long sleeve striped thick tee. I will definitely link to the product page in the down bar. It comes in several different colors, gray and white, navy and red. I think there's a black and gray version. I have the classic navy and white. And this is really a lovely high quality piece. It's by Everlane, so you know that it was ethically manufactured, which is great, and that the quality is there. Those are some of the things that make them my absolute favorite place to buy clothes. And I got this to replace a J. Crew version of this kind of shirt that you probably saw in my capsules last year, and I wore it a lot. It's the one that was starting to get the holes in the armpits, and then I actually patched them up. That's in one of my past videos. This guy is so much higher quality than that J. Crew one was for about the same price. The material's thicker, and I like the fit better. So it's just been a wonderful upgrade. I think it's gonna last me forever. It is one of only 3 pieces that is rotating from my summer micro capsule to my fall micro capsule, which you can see in this video here if you are interested. My beauty favorite for August is cuticle oil. So I am using this apricot cuticle oil from Essie. If you find a cheaper kind that you like, I think it'll probably work just as well. I happen to really like this because I love the scent. And the big thing with this, so I've been using it for about a year actually, almost every day. I try to do it once or twice daily. I have one next to my bed and one on my desk at work. And the great thing about this is that it takes a while, but it really pays off. So your nails are basically dead. Once they've grown out, they're dead, and there's not really anything you can do to strengthen them. But if you apply cuticle oil regularly, what you'll do is you'll actually nourish all the new nail growth, and then if you just keep doing that, once those nails have pushed up the old ones in about 6 months to a year, depending on how long your nails are and how fast they grow, what you will have is the strongest, most beautiful nails. Right now, you can't see because they're actually painted, unfortunately. I can't show them to you. But maybe you noticed in my bullet journal video or any other video where you could see my hands, I don't have any of those white marks anymore. I don't have any peeling. I don't have any splitting. They are super strong and long. I actually bent one of them backwards accidentally when I got my finger caught in something, and it came all the way down and like did not break. I have never seen my nails like this before. So even though this is a beauty item that I've been using for a year, I think of it as an August favorite because this is the month that I finally feel like I got to where all of my weak nails have grown off and they're the length that I want them to be, and I've just been really, really enjoying them lately. So I would absolutely recommend Cuticle Oil. I have two favorites for media. The first is Stranger Things, Netflix's original series that started this summer. It actually came out in July, but I didn't watch it until August because I'm an idiot. You probably don't need me to tell you, because you've probably heard everywhere else in the world that this series is incredible. If you haven't heard the elevator pitch for it, it is basically a mashup of Stephen King, Steven Spielberg, and what is that guy's name? Somebody Cameron?
What?
What's the director's name?
Of what?
Something Cameron, the 80s horror director?
John Carpenter.
John Carpenter, thank you. Stephen King, Steven Spielberg, and John Carpenter. It takes place in the 1980s. You're following three different paths. It is a horror, but it's not gruesome if you're not a big horror person. It's also got a lot of those elements of things like Stand By Me and lots of E.T. feeling stuff. It is superbly acted, incredible child actors, beautiful set designs. It all takes place in 1983, and the sets and the costumes are like on point. And it was so addictive. Like, my husband and I are not huge binge watchers. We normally don't go through something all at once. We like to kind of have an episode of this and have an episode of that. And we could not help ourselves. We binged almost all of it in a single day, which is like 8 episodes, which is just unprecedented for us. And it was because it was so enjoyable and so addictive. So definitely a huge recommendation for that if you happen to be in a place where you have Netflix and it is available. If you aren't, I'm sorry, and I really hope that you can find it and that it becomes available to you, because it is just so great and I think everybody should see it. My second one is rewatching Gilmore Girls. So some of you may know that I actually host a podcast called Return to Stars Hollow, where my co-host and I have been rewatching all of Gilmore Girls, but we keep it spoiler free, and we sort of recap and talk about the episodes from a critical perspective and talk about what we like and we don't like. And what I've actually been doing in August is, in addition to that rewatch where I'm on season 4, since we're only going week by week, I realized that in order to catch up for the new revival on Netflix in November, I wanted to make sure I had seen everything, because originally I actually never finished season 7. If you know Gilmore Girls, you know that a lot of people did not finish season 7 because it was not good, because the creator had moved on and blah, blah, blah. So I wanted to finish all of it. So what I did is I skipped ahead and I have my separate rewatch that I'm doing outside of the podcast, where I'm like ahead by a season, so that I can get all of that stuff out of the way in time for the rewatch, but far enough ahead of my regular rewatch so that I will still be fresh when I see those episodes to podcast them. I know that's confusing. If it doesn't make sense, forget about it, it doesn't matter. Point is that this month I've been watching a crazy amount of Gilmore Girls, because I've been watching for the podcast as well as my own rewatch, and I've been getting very excited about the Netflix revival. I think it's going to be fantastic. They've got all the greats coming back, including Melissa McCarthy, and I'm just absolutely thrilled. It's coming out the day after Thanksgiving, and I'm going to have a big marathon that weekend, drink coffee, probably eat some Gilmore Girls-ish things like pizza and maybe donuts and Pop-Tarts and crap like that, and I just think it's going to be so great. And if you are not yet a Gilmore Girls person, and again, you do have access to Netflix, and if Gilmore Girls is one of the things that Netflix is providing in your country, fingers crossed, big recommendation for that. I know a lot of people who never checked it out because the way that it was advertised on the CW made it seem like something it wasn't. It seemed like some crazy teen drama. And the fact is that it's actually a very subtle comedy drama that tons of people like, that do not like those sort of One Tree Hill type shows that the advertising made it look like. One thing I've discovered from the podcast is I've heard from so many people that are new fans of Gilmore Girls since it's been on Netflix who never watched it before because the advertising turned them off. So if you are one of those people, I highly recommend just giving it a chance. You can start with the pilot. It's actually one of the best pilots in any TV show, and so you can tell from the pilot if you're going to like it or if you aren't. My August favorite for tech is an app called Happy Scale. And what I really love about this is that it automatically calculates your moving average weight. So you probably know that your weight can fluctuate as much as several pounds over the course of even a single day based on how much water you're retaining and when you last ate and your digestion and all kinds of things like that, which makes it really difficult to get an accurate idea of your weight if you're trying to track it to maintain or lose or even to gain. And the best way to accurately track it is to calculate what's called a moving average. Now, there are instructions for doing all that math manually online, or you can just get an app like Happy Scale and it does it for you. So I really love this because what I'm doing right now is attempting to lose weight at a very, very slow rate. And when you're trying to lose weight at a rate that is slower than like a pound a week, it can be very difficult to track whether you're on the right track or not. And so this has been a lifesaver for me. It lets me feel like I'm not obsessing over every single fluctuation of the scale, and yet I'm also not just sitting back and totally not noticing whether I'm hitting my goals or not. And finally, my lifestyle favorite for August is my bullet journal. This is my bullet journal. You can see me page through it and talk about it in detail in this video. And basically, I started this at the beginning of August, and it has been just a wonderful way for me to keep track of all kinds of lists, scheduling things, and it's been a nice sort of creative process for me as well with doodling, and it's sort of like a combination between a calendar, a to-do list, and a journal, like any kind of memory book, and even kind of a sketchbook, and I am really into it. So I will definitely do another video where I update you on this once I've gotten a little further through. Okay, and those are my August favorites. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for tuning in. Remember to hit the thumbs up button if you did enjoy it, and subscribe if you haven't yet. Bye!